Hello, my name is Debbie. My pronouns are she, her. I'm the Equality, Diversity, Inclusion Lead at University Hospitals in Dorset. And it just looked something completely different. And I was a non-clinical, I'm non-clinical, I've never been in a clinical role, admin manager, kind of a bit frustrated of having to do things the way we've always done them, but not really knowing how I could find a way to make some changes or propose some changes and find a voice. And when I looked at the sort of what the School for Healthcare Radicals, as it was then, as what it was called, um, it just looked like something really fresh and exciting. I felt like I'd found my tribe actually, of connecting with people who we all understood that change is difficult. It's a global issue. It was really easy to watch, really easy to engage with, and it was fun. I think that was the biggest part. It was fun. It was just so inspiring. And I mean, that kick-started a whole change of career for me because I completed the school, and not long after that, an opportunity came up to be seconded into our quality improvement team. I would never have considered that before, but because I had this really sound knowledge base of what quality improvement was and change management and all the great stuff that had come through, and I felt like a really positive change agent, I applied and I was successful. I still use a lot of my quality improvement tools. I still often use some of the graphics and things from the school. So that's how I've come to be where I am today by using the school for change agents, school for healthcare radicals to help me on my journey. I guess it was understanding how to apply that methodology when you're looking at change projects or quality improvement. Um, Understanding how important that engagement piece is, and that it's the people on the edge, often those people that might not engage, might not get their voices heard, don't participate in your focus groups or your project groups. But actually, those are the people that have got some really good ideas. They work on the ground, they know the service inside out. And actually, those are the people that you need to work to make sure that everyone's got a voice and everyone's being included. So when I was in my existing role as an admin manager, there were some things that we were frustrated with in the team, the admin team that I managed. Things we'd always done this way, but nobody really understood why. And I felt that I had to come up with the solutions, and I had to come up with some new ideas. And I realised that actually, probably members of my team were much more experienced than me in being able to make some suggestions. But perhaps I was holding them back because it had to be my decision. So it was giving them a bit of freedom to say, look, we need to reorganise this work area a bit. It's not really working. What do you think? What would you like to change? Just doing a bit of an exercise with them, what's your wish list? And just giving them permission to actually share their ideas. And that really opened my eyes really to actually, I may be in an admin manager position, I may have to take those decisions, but I might not always be the best person. I might not always have that best knowledge. And there'll be people that will have that expert knowledge who can make those suggestions. They felt like they had a bit of ownership then in everything they were doing. So that helped them, that boosted their confidence. And it helped me as well, not thinking I had to take on all that workload to design it all, because actually I didn't know what was going to work best. I learned that the best thing to do was get some scrubs on and go and sit in their area and observe and listen and learn and talk to the people that were working there and find out what their ideas were. In my Equality, Diversity, Inclusion role, I support staff networks, and that's been a huge part of my role. So listening to staff, going where the energy is, engaging with them, what they need from a network, and working with them to help them achieve that, but help them to do that in a structured way. I always have in my mind when it's a meeting or we're setting something up, who's missing, who's not here, who are we not hearing from. That's always my sort of check, and that's from the school, that those missing voices. It's just given me the confidence to just challenge things. Why do we have to do it that way? Why does it have to be that way? Why is that only open to XYZ members of staff? Why can't it be for everyone? I think that's one of the key skills I've taken away. Learning from other people, I think that's the thing. Sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you've got a network of people that you can call upon, they might have done it already. So it's kind of learning from them. When I was on the school, there were people from all over the world, in Australia, Canada. That was amazing, and so that's quite eye-opening. When you're in healthcare, you're always led to believe that everybody else in the world is better than our NHS. And actually, what came out from that school was, uh, actually, we're not doing too bad. But there's faults in every healthcare system. Nothing is perfect. It really set me on a journey of networking. So I'm known for my networking, and I absolutely love it because I think it's just opened up a new world to me of contacts and people, and using Twitter to connect with people and learn from others. And you can just share resources so quickly. It's really been eye-opening to me, that whole network that's out there, and I've loved networking. I do love networking a lot. The biggest thing for me is just thinking things through when, I've got to do a process, or I've got to change something, or I'm trying to work through something, or I'm planning something. It's, just having those really simple systems to use. Those, I use sort of project plans to plan things now, so I can keep, all those steps that I need to do, where I am with each one, because that just helps keep everything on track. And I think those are some of the tools that I've really sort of taken away, and the school really helped with sort of thinking about that. You can do things in a step process. You might need to flex a bit in there. You might need to do things a bit differently, but there's key things you need when you're doing change. You need that engagement. You need a process. You need aims and objectives as well. So all of that. Just using all of those tools has really helped me in my practice now. Quite often people say to me, I don't want you to fix it, I'm just really glad you listened to me. So I think that's one of the key skills I've taken away, is really listening, and really active listening, and hearing what people are saying as well. Sessions were recorded. I like to join them in real time because that's where I got the most benefit, but I knew if I missed one, I could listen back to it at a later date. All the resources were there. You could do screenshots and grab some of the stuff, and there was just a whole online portal, and the connecting everyone. Everyone's on there sharing their names and their details, and you might find people that are actually not too far away from you, in other organisations not too far from you, or at the other end of the country, but you've got a way of connecting and a way of conversation. I always recommend it to other people. I always promote it when it comes out, and I know a couple of my other colleagues went on it, and they really, really enjoyed it as well. The kickstart of a new career direction for me that I never knew it would be something I would be interested in, and it really sparked my interest. And as I've said, I felt I found my tribe of like-minded people who wanted to make change, positive change, for the good of others, and realizing that change started with me. So that was my main takeaways, and that certificate is really precious to me. I think the fact that the school has continued through all this time and has continued to grow and has a great social media presence. I follow Helen Bevan, and I follow all the information she shares online, and the others in the school as well. So the fact that that's still going and still has momentum, I think is absolutely amazing, and I'm really proud to have been part of that.